Right. Why are my video, or not my video, why are my gauges on the ground? Why is the hood shut? What's this? For you young guys who don't know Porsches, they come into your shop. You open up the hood. You hook up your gauges. Shut. You hook up your gauges. You do everything. And, oh wow. Look at it shoot up. Our high side is going up really fast now. Up, up, up. Oh my God, our high side's gonna... So our high side will go up, and if it was a real hot day, it'll go up to 400, 440, whatever. It'll just keep going up. Oh, I'm getting dizzy, I'm getting old. I just bent over and stood up and I'm gonna pass out. 265, 266, 267. So we're running. See that condenser up there? Where's the fan? Where's the fan? What's that? That's a fan. And if you look down inside here, all around, it is sealed, perfectly sealed. I mean, there's almost no air gaps at all. I'm trying to look for an air gap. Let's see, I've seen something where there's a tiny little air gap. See that little tiny air gap? So basically, this is an airtight sealed compartment. And it relies, and it's too bad they didn't have a gasket. If this was my personal car, if I made this car, I would put a sealing gasket going all the way around, so when I shut this hood, there's absolutely no air leakage coming through the cracks. All the air has to come through the condenser. Where are we at now? It's cool outside. I think it's 72, 74 degrees outside. You can see we're at 270 right now. If it was 90 degrees, that would be approaching 400. And if you touch this thing is really hot. So let's close this back down. Get our professional hood stand out of the way. Close it back down. Now, you close it like this. You go get your painter's tape and you seal up this gap right here. You go all the way around and you close up, put some tape right here, and you seal the gap going all the way around. So that big turbo fan right there sucks the air from this engine compartment, and all the air has to go through the fins to cool off your refrigerant for your condenser. And if I do that correctly and put up the RPMs and everything, it'll draw a lot of air, and we'll see that high side go down. I don't have the light on. Nope, I don't have the light on. Sorry guys, but the sight glass, can I get in there? No, I can't. I'm gonna have to turn the wheel. I think on the next video, if I get the sight glass in there so you guys can see it. I don't even have the temperature gauges in here yet. I jumped to doing videos before I was set up. Little Porsche. I always have to use my left hand to turn and forget how to do this. That up. This car has been sitting here all day, so this is a nice hot dash. But we're coming out nice and cool, probably in the 50s. I'm gonna get some RPMs here. I'll get my tablet, I'll turn my tablet on and bring it up here so we could read the pressures back out there at the engine. These little Porsches operate nicely at higher RPMs. Poor airflow. Man, I feel sorry for people who had these Porsches. I know if I owned a Porsche back here somewhere, I would stick one of those second air conditioning boxes with more AC capacity. I would put fans on that rear. Actually, I'd change it over to a micro channel. I'd put fans on it. I would probably put a secondary condenser somewhere up front. A subcooling condenser. I'd put a subcooling condenser up front after the receiver dryer. This thing would probably have about 4 pounds of capacity of refrigerant, and I'd make it so it could be 100 degrees outside and I have 39 degrees coming out the dash. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna go get my temperature probes. So it went down to 200, and it was, well, as I was walking over, it was 249. It's going back up because we're at idle, and the fan is not spinning as fast no more because it cannot compensate. See all my big cracks here? It's pulling a lot of air in here instead of making it across the condenser. And it's slowly going back up because this is open. So when you work on a Porsche, sometimes on some models they had little tiny openings that you could barely get your gauges through, and I was able to jimmy my gauges, my hoses, up underneath through a little tiny crack somewhere in the sheet metal and come and connect to the fittings and have the hood totally closed. Then you're doing it right. And that's what the wireless Bluetooth sensors are good for your thermocouples to put onto your compressor and shut the hood in this application. All right, I haven't had lunch yet. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and I'm in the sun. I want to go back to San Francisco to my fog. See you guys later.